Okay, picture this, you wake up. The house is quiet, too quiet. That familiar morning energy, that little spark of confidence you used to feel, it's just not there anymore. Things downstairs aren't responding like they used to, and pretending it doesn't bother you, that's getting old, really old. If this hits home, lean in close, because what I'm about to tell you might genuinely surprise you, maybe even shock you a little. You see, after helping thousands of men over 60, I found something crucial most guys completely miss. It's not low testosterone that's usually the main culprit behind weak erections. It's something far more common, yet wildly overlooked: poor blood flow. And the fix? It's not some little blue pill you hide in the drawer. It's not an awkward, expensive device. It's not even a fancy supplement bottle. Honestly, it's a simple, humble vegetable. Eat it every morning, and within days you could feel your circulation waking up, your energy lifting, and yes, things downstairs starting to come back online. My name is Dr. David Lee. I've spent over 30 years as a men's health specialist, helping guys just like you rediscover their strength, their confidence, and that vital spark of life. And in this video, I want to walk you through this powerful, natural solution. It's backed by solid science, trusted by real patients I see every day, and the best part? You can find it in any grocery store, because when you start your day with this one food, things shift. Blood pressure steadies. Nitric oxide, that critical gas your body makes, surges. Oxygen-rich blood finally flows where it's needed most, including down there. Most men have no idea about this simple connection. That's why I urge you, stick with me until the very end. I'll explain exactly how it works, how to use it for maximum effect, and why so many men notice real changes in as little as 7 days. But before we dive deep, do me a quick favor? Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. It's the best way to make sure you never miss another tip that can help you reclaim your strength, your energy, and that deep down confidence. This channel is dedicated to giving you real, actionable health strategies. And hey, if this message resonates with you right now, just type Y in the comments below. If it doesn't, type N. It helps me understand what you need most. Okay, let's get started. The real reason things fade after 60, hint, it's not just age. Let me start with something most men never hear. Not from their regular doctor during a rush checkup. Not from buddies over coffee. It's a tough topic. And definitely not from those slick TV ads pushing pills. But in my 3 decades of focusing solely on men's health, it's become crystal clear erections don't just vanish after 60 because you're getting old. That's a myth, plain and simple. The real reason, your blood simply isn't flowing like it once did. I've sat across from so many good men, strong guys who built careers, raised families, faced life head-on. They look me in the eye, shoulders slumped a little, and say, "Doc Lee, I guess I'm just past my prime." And every single time, I look right back and tell them, no, your prime isn't gone. It's still in you. What's been neglected is your circulation, not your manhood. Think of it like this: your ability to get and hold an erection relies heavily on one key system, blood flow. Specifically, the rush of oxygen-rich blood into the intricate network of tiny vessels in your penis. That powerful surge is fueled by a natural gas your body produces called nitric oxide. When you were younger, your nitric oxide levels were high. That's why things worked quickly, easily, almost effortlessly. But after 60, studies like those published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology show nitric oxide production can plummet, sometimes by more than 70%. Your arteries naturally stiffen a bit with time. The delicate inner lining of your blood vessels, called the endothelium, becomes less responsive. The result? That life-giving surge of blood turns into more of a sluggish trickle. You're not broken, David. Your body is just signaling it needs some targeted support. And here's the part that truly resonates with the men I see. This change isn't just physical. It chips away at your confidence. It touches your sense of self. It can even create distance in your closest relationship. The hardest part? Most guys are never told this is actually fixable in a natural, sustainable way. But it absolutely is. Believe it or not, there's a simple vegetable you can add to your morning routine that helps your body rebuild that crucial nitric oxide, restarting the very engine that drives healthy erections, steady energy, and overall circulation. And in just a few minutes, I'll show you exactly what it is and why it often outperforms most pills on the market. Beetroot, the humble powerhouse your circulation craves. When I first stumbled upon the research linking this particular vegetable to improved blood flow, I'll admit, I was skeptical. Not that I doubted food as medicine. I've seen its power countless times. But this, it seemed almost too simple. Could something so ordinary, so inexpensive, really make a measurable difference in blood flow, especially to such a sensitive area? Then I started seeing the results in my practice. Men in their late 60s, 70s, even early 80s, coming back after just a few weeks with reports I couldn't ignore. Doc Lee, I woke up firm this morning, first time in years. Or honestly, I felt ready again, like my old self. And the only change? Adding this one food to their daily routine. The vegetable I'm talking about is beetroot. Yes, beets. That deep red root often relegated to the side of a plate or hiding at the salad bar. But packed inside that unassuming veggie is a compound your aging body desperately needs. Dietary nitrate. When you eat beets, friendly bacteria in your mouth and gut convert those nitrates into precious nitric oxide. That's the exact same gas that signals your arteries to relax, open wide, and let blood flow freely and powerfully. Research, like a compelling study in hypertension, consistently shows this nitrate to nitric oxide pathway significantly improves vascular function. What's truly remarkable is how targeted this effect can be. Improved circulation isn't just good for your heart or brain, though that's a huge bonus. It directly benefits blood flow to your pelvic region, including the spongy tissue inside the penis that needs to fill rapidly during arousal. For an older man, this is everything. You're not just supporting erections. You're nourishing the entire system that underpins vitality, energy, and that deep-seated confidence. I remember a patient, Robert, a sharp 72-year-old retired engineer. He hadn't experienced a full, natural erection in over 18 months. He felt defeated. We made one simple change. Start every morning with about 6 ounces of fresh beet juice. Just that. By the end of the second week, he called my office, his voice thick with emotion. "David," he said, we'd gotten to first names. "It's back. That feeling. It's like me again." That moment cemented it for me. This wasn't just lab theory. It was real, tangible change in a man's life. But how does this magic actually happen inside your body? How does a humble beet translate into restored blood flow where you need it most? Let's break it down, because timing and preparation make all the difference. Inside your body, the nitrate to nitric oxide journey. So you eat a beet or drink some juice. What happens next? How does this simple act kickstart blood flow that might have been sluggish for years? It's a fascinating biological cascade. Honestly, like a mini revival happening right under your skin. You're not just getting vitamins or fiber, though beets are great for that too. You're delivering a potent dose of dietary nitrates straight to your system. These nitrates are the raw building blocks your body uses to manufacture nitric oxide. Think of nitric oxide as your body's master key for blood vessels. It's an invisible gas, but its command is powerful. Relax. Open up. Let the blood flow freely. That's the signal an aging vascular system desperately needs. The journey starts the moment you take a bite or a sip. Bacteria naturally living on your tongue begin converting some of those nitrates into nitrites. As you swallow, this process continues in your stomach and bloodstream. Finally, these nitrites are transformed into the precious nitric oxide gas. You might even notice a subtle effect quickly, a slight flush of warmth, a feeling of being more alert, a sense of better oxygenation. That's the nitric oxide starting its work. Over time, with consistent daily intake, this process strengthens your blood flow pathways. It's not just about your heart or brain. It's about delivering oxygen-rich blood efficiently to your extremities, including the crucial pelvic region. I've had countless men describe it as feeling plugged back in, sharper mentally, more physically resilient, and yes, noticeably more responsive intimately. It's about reclaiming that connection to your own body, knowing it still listens and responds. And here's another powerful benefit backed by science. Like research in the Journal of Applied Physiology, beets don't just boost nitric oxide. They help protect your blood vessels from damage and reduce inflammation system-wide. So you're not just fixing one issue, you're strengthening your entire cardiovascular foundation for better overall health. But to truly unlock this potential, you need to know how to use beets effectively. The timing, the method, even what you pair them with can dramatically impact your results. Real men, real results. Stories from the clinic. Science is essential, but it's the real-life transformations that truly drive the point home. Hearing that quiet hope return in a man's voice, seeing the relief in his eyes, that's the most rewarding part of my work. The power of this simple approach becomes undeniable. Take Arthur, for instance. 68 years old, a lifelong carpenter with hands that told stories of hard work. When he first came to see me, there was a heaviness about him. He confessed, voice low, that he hadn't had a full, natural erection in nearly a year. No morning wood, nothing. It was creating a silent strain in his marriage, but more painfully, it was eroding how he saw himself. "Doc," he said, "I feel like my own body's turned against me. Don't know how to fight back." We talked openly about blood flow, nitric oxide, and diet. I suggested one simple step. Start every morning with half a cup of fresh beet juice. No pills, no pressure, just this commitment to himself. About 2 weeks later, Arthur called my office. There was a lightness, almost disbelief, in his voice. "David," he started, "woke up this morning, and there it was, solid, not half-hearted, just there. And I didn't do anything special to force it." I could hear the pride, the relief, the sense of dignity returning. It wasn't just about the physical function. It was about wholeness, feeling like himself again. Arthur's story isn't rare. I've seen it with accountants, teachers, veterans, ministers, men from all walks who thought their vibrant years were behind them. They discovered, through a bit of consistency and the right support, that their bodies were still remarkably capable. The message is clear. You are not beyond help. Your body hasn't given up. It's often just waiting for the right signal, the right fuel. And something as accessible as a daily glass of beet juice can be that powerful catalyst. But like I said earlier, it's not just what you do, it's how and when you do it. Let's get into the practical steps to maximize this simple strategy. Your morning ritual. Timing and prep for maximum impact. In my years of helping men reignite their vitality, one truth stands out. Timing and consistency are game changers. You can have the perfect solution, but if you use it haphazardly or at the wrong time, you'll only get a fraction of the results. And this is especially true with beets and nitric oxide production. I get it. The idea of a new routine can feel overwhelming. You might picture complicated recipes or drastic lifestyle overhauls. Relax. The way to get the most from beets is beautifully simple. Once you start feeling the difference, you'll want to keep it up. The absolute golden window? Morning. This is when your testosterone levels are naturally at their daily peak. Your blood vessels are more receptive. Your body is primed, after a night of rest and repair, to absorb and utilize nutrients efficiently. Consuming beets first thing, ideally on an empty stomach or before your main breakfast, allows your body to convert those precious nitrates into nitric oxide far more effectively than later in the day. I've seen men try taking beet juice in the afternoon or after a heavy meal, and the difference in their response is often stark. Here's your simple plan. Option 1, whole food. Eat about half a cup of cooked, roasted, or grated raw beetroot. Roasting brings out a lovely sweetness. Option 2, juice. Drink 4 to 6 ounces of fresh beet juice. This is concentrated and fast-acting. Option 3, powder. For convenience, mix a scoop, follow package directions, of high quality, pure beetroot powder into a glass of water or a small smoothie. Ensure it's nitrate-rich, not just a coloring agent. The key is daily consumption before your main breakfast. You don't need a huge amount. Consistency trumps quantity. Now, here's a quirky but crucial tip many miss. Avoid brushing your teeth or using strong mouthwash immediately before or after consuming your beets. Why? Those friendly bacteria on your tongue are your first-line workers in converting nitrates into nitrites, the first step towards nitric oxide. Harsh mouthwash can wipe them out temporarily, hindering the process. Just rinse with water if needed, and brush 30 to 60 minutes before or after. Small details like this turn a good habit into a powerhouse routine. But even the most powerful tool needs the right environment. Many men unknowingly sabotage their progress right at breakfast. Breakfast landmines. What to avoid for healthy blood flow. Focusing on adding beets is great, but what you remove from your morning routine can be just as important. Maybe even more so, for restoring healthy circulation and function. I've had patients come in frustrated. Doc Lee, I'm drinking the beet juice religiously, but I'm not seeing the results I hoped for. Almost always, when we dig into their breakfast habits, we find they're accidentally counteracting the benefits with foods that inflame blood vessels, spike insulin, or constrict arteries. Here are the common culprits sabotaging your morning efforts. Processed breakfast meats. Bacon, sausage, ham. Loaded with sodium, nitrites, the bad kind used as preservatives, and saturated fats that promote inflammation and stiffen arteries, directly opposing the beet's work. Refined carbs and sugars. White toast, pastries, sugary cereals, muffins. These cause rapid blood sugar spikes and crashes, leading to inflammation and hormonal imbalances, including testosterone dips that dampen vitality. Excessive caffeine on an empty stomach. While a moderate coffee later is fine, guzzling strong coffee first thing can spike cortisol, your stress hormone. High cortisol tightens blood vessels and makes achieving arousal much harder. I'm not saying you can never enjoy these again, but if you're serious about reclaiming your manhood and vitality, that first hour after waking needs to be a time of healing support, not internal conflict. Instead, pair your beets with foods that enhance circulation and overall health. Healthy fats. A few slices of avocado, a small handful of nuts, walnuts, almonds, or a boiled egg. These support hormone health and reduce inflammation. Fiber-rich carbs. A slice of sprouted grain toast, a small bowl of oatmeal. These provide steady energy without the blood sugar crash. Berries. A handful of blueberries or raspberries adds antioxidants that protect your blood vessels. When you make this shift, removing the blockers and adding nourishing partners to your beets, your body responds more powerfully. The blood flows more freely, that warmth returns, and that first natural, strong erection after a dry spell, it feels like reclaiming a fundamental part of yourself. But why is morning so non-negotiable? It's not just about convenience. The power of dawn. Why your morning sets the tone. There's something profound about men who commit to a morning ritual, especially after 60. It's more than just biology. It's a psychological reclaiming. Instead of the day dictating how you feel, you start by setting the tone with purpose and self-care. Biologically, morning is prime time for men's health. Your testosterone levels peak naturally in the early hours. Your body is primed for action, mentally alert, physically responsive. Even your slightly higher morning blood pressure, a normal rhythm, actually prepares your circulatory system to be more receptive to the nitric oxide boost from the beets. Consuming those nitrates on an empty stomach maximizes absorption and conversion efficiency. Research clearly shows this timing yields the strongest vascular benefits. But deeper than biology, I've seen it in my practice. When a man starts his day intentionally nourishing himself, not rushing, not skipping, not grabbing junk, he begins to reclaim control over his health and his life. It's a quiet declaration. I matter. My vitality matters. For men who felt sidelined by their own bodies, this shift is transformative. I recall a patient, Frank, a 75-year-old former Marine. He said, "Doc, I don't want a quick fix. I want a mission, a reason to get up and fight for this body again." We started simple. Beet juice, a short walk, a decent breakfast. Within weeks, he wasn't just reporting better circulation. He was sleeping soundly, laughing more easily, engaging differently with his wife. The morning ritual healed more than his body. it anchored his spirit. Naturally, you're wondering, how long until I feel something? What to expect? Your realistic timeline for change? This is the question I hear most. Doc Lee, when will I actually notice a difference? It's completely understandable. When you've felt let down for months or years, trusting that something simple can work takes a leap of faith. But the changes, while sometimes subtle at first, follow a remarkably consistent pattern for most men. Days 1 to 3. Don't expect fireworks downstairs just yet. Most men notice subtler shifts. A bit more color in their face, slightly easier focus, maybe feeling less sluggish getting out of bed. This is your circulation starting to wake up system-wide. Days 4 to 6. This is where the nitric oxide boost really starts building. You might feel warmer hands and feet, a classic sign of improved peripheral circulation. Some describe a feeling of lightness or less effort needed for daily tasks. Energy levels often begin a noticeable climb. Day 7 and beyond. Here's where things often get exciting. Many men report their first spontaneous morning erection in months around this mark. No pills, no devices, just a natural response as blood flow improves. The emotional lift that accompanies this is powerful. A sense of, I'm back in the game. Confidence begins to rebuild. Week 2. Responses to touch typically become stronger and more reliable. Energy throughout the day feels more consistent. Some men also notice a positive impact on blood pressure readings. 30 days and onward. This is where consistency pays off big. The benefits become foundational. It's not just an occasional improvement. It's a sustained feeling of better circulation, increased energy, and restored confidence. You've given your body what it needs to function better, day in and day out. Remember, the key isn't perfection. It's steady commitment. You're not forcing your body. You're supporting it patiently. And when you provide that consistent support, your body responds. This journey with Beats is about more than just function. It's about reconnecting with your core strength, reclaiming more than function. The ritual of masculine vitality. There's a quiet power in the early morning hours. Before the world demands your attention, it's a space to reconnect with yourself. For the men I guide, incorporating Beats becomes more than a health hack. It evolves into a ritual of reclaiming their essential vitality, their masculinity. I'm not talking about some loud, performative stereotype. I mean that grounded inner confidence, the quiet knowing that your body is still capable, still yours, and that you can still rise to life's moments in every sense. For so many of my patients, this simple morning act, preparing the juice, taking that first mindful sip, becomes a turning point. It's no longer just about better erections or more energy, though those are vital. It becomes a daily declaration. I care about this body. I'm showing up for myself. That message, sent through action, starts to reshape your inner world. One man, Henry, a 76-year-old widower, had withdrawn over the previous couple of years. He felt adrift. He committed to the ritual. Beet juice at sunrise, followed by 5 minutes of quiet on his porch. After about 3 weeks, he told me, "It's not just the downstairs stuff, David. It's like I've woken up inside. Something shifted." That's the deeper transformation. When you start your day intentionally nurturing your strength, your body begins to trust you again. Healing on all levels follows. But even with this powerful ritual, most men miss one final, critical piece. A final word from David Lee. Your body is listening. If you've read this far, I want to speak to you directly, not just as your doctor, but as someone who's walked alongside thousands of men carrying that quiet burden, the shame, the frustration, the feeling of disconnect from their own strength. Men who tried to brush it off, tough it out, or simply accept decline as inevitable. Hear this clearly. It doesn't have to be this way. Your body is still listening, still capable, still waiting for the right signal to respond, even if the world has written that possibility off. Sometimes that signal is one small, steady act of self-respect, like choosing Beats every morning. I've seen it ignite a ripple effect of healing in men who truly believed their best days were gone, only to discover their strength was merely dormant, not dead. I share these stories not because they're rare, but because they are possible for you. If you're willing to take that first step purely for yourself, this simple habit could mark the beginning of reclaiming not just function, but control and confidence. This is more than a routine, it's a mindset. Every morning you choose the beet juice, the roasted beets, the nourishing breakfast, you send a powerful message to your heart, your hormones, your very manhood. I'm still here. I still matter. I'm fighting for me. So ask yourself, what would it feel like to wake up genuinely energized? To look in the mirror and feel connected to your body again? To know the changes you're making are building real, lasting strength for the man you are and want to be? We've covered the science, the method, the timeline, and the deeper why. Now, it's time to bring it all together and step into what's possible. Conclusion. Your next chapter starts at sunrise. Let this be the first morning of the rest of your truly vibrant life. You now understand the core issue isn't just aging or low T, it's often sluggish blood flow starving your vitality. You've discovered beetroot, a humble powerhouse packed with nitrates that your body transforms into nitric oxide, the key to opening up your circulation. You've seen how real men over 60 have reignited their energy, confidence, and function simply by making this part of their morning ritual. You know the critical timing, that golden hour after waking, and the breakfast traps to avoid. You've heard the realistic timeline of changes you can expect, from subtle shifts to powerful returns. And hopefully you feel the deeper truth. This is about reclaiming your wholeness, your sense of self. So don't wait for the perfect moment or more motivation. You have the knowledge. You have the simple tool sitting right there in the produce aisle. The choice is yours. One small, consistent act each morning, nourishing yourself with this potent vegetable, can build a rhythm of healing that touches every part of your life. Your energy, your confidence, your relationships, your fundamental identity as a capable, vital man. No matter your age or how long you've felt disconnected, that strong, responsive version of you is still there. Ready. Beets are just the beginning. Let today be your new dawn. You're not done. Not by a long shot. You're just getting started. If this video gave you hope or showed you a new path to reclaiming your strength, please give it a like. It helps me know this message matters and helps others find this vital information. Share it with a friend, a brother, someone you care about. You never know whose life you might change by passing it on. Drop a comment below. Type 1 if you're committing to trying this beet morning routine. Type 0 if it's not for you right now. Or share your own journey. I read every comment and learn from you all. Subscribe and hit the bell. Don't miss our next videos packed with honest, science-backed strategies to help you live stronger, longer. Click here. Subscribe button. Want to support this mission? Help us keep these videos ad-free and focused on real men's health. You can donate securely here. Link in description. Every bit helps us reach more guys who need this hope. Thanks for watching, and thank you for taking your health and vitality into your own hands. You've got this. And remember, you're never alone, and it's never too late to start again.